I'd like to kick off today's review with a question for everybody that's watching. What is something that you are grateful for? Really take a moment, be in the present moment, and think about that. What is something that you are grateful for? You see, in the US, we have a holiday tomorrow. It's called Thanksgiving. It's a great opportunity to give thanks for the people around you, for the food on the table, for the freedoms that we experience, for everything in our lives. But why do we need a holiday to focus on gratitude? After reading hundreds of personal development books, I think the most important thing that I've implemented is a daily gratitude practice. It's completely transformed my life. But funny enough, out of all of those hundreds of books, none of them have been focused specifically on gratitude until now. BookThinkers family, I'd like to review my biggest takeaways from a book that I just finished reading, Thank You, with Deepest Gratitude by author Michael Flosak. And the subtitle reads, An Appreciation of Gratitude for Universe, Community, Individual. Each chapter in this book is focused on gratitude and appreciation. The author starts off each chapter with some reflections on gratitude. He then details his experience related to the subject that the chapter is based on. And then at the end, he has like some writing prompts for the reader to go through. You can either write or journal or reflect out loud with a partner and talk about the questions. And so what I'd like to do for today's review is actually go through chapter 1 and show you how this book is built and why I think that you should get a copy and use it on a daily basis. Seriously, gratitude has totally changed my life. So part 1, universe, is broken into 4 sections: Mother Nature, random acts of kindness, freedom, and dreams. And so going through the Mother Nature chapter, like I said, he kicks off each chapter with some reflections. This one is on Mother Nature. And up top, he has a quote by Meister Eckhart that says, quote, "If the only prayer you say in life is thank you, that will suffice." And so there are some reflections on how you should be out in nature. You should breathe fresh air. You should listen to this beautiful earth. And then he goes on to his experiences. He talks about growing up in the Caribbean island of Dominica and how there are 365 rivers and you could just listen to the rain. And he would often go hiking out in the jungles and see spiders and snakes and get to experience nature in all of its beauty. And that he would dance in the rain. He loved dancing in the rain. The rain means so much to him. And he details more and more stories, kind of recollecting things from the past. And it's so fun to read about other people's gratitude. I mean, it's actually one of my favorite things to do. And he even talks about his wife's experience with this rock where she would sit down and reflect. And it's just such a beautiful chapter. And then at the end of the chapter, there are writing prompts, like I said. So he says, what are some of your earliest adventures in Mother Nature? And I wrote about climbing trees in my backyard growing up. They used to call me Nature Nick a little bit. I mean, I loved being outside. I loved hiking and creating games out in the forest and things like that. And my parents also had a beach house where I would get to spend weeks at the beach. So the second question here is, do you have a favorite rock? A quiet place in Mother Nature where you can be yourself? For me, that's the beach. I loved the beach. I loved exploring. I loved finding different sea life. I loved picking up shells. I loved just sitting in the ocean and meditating. I loved listening to the sounds of the beach. I mean, that really is my favorite rock, my quiet place where I could be alone in nature. Number 3, ask yourself, what is your relationship to the rain? Do you feel the rain, or is it something that just gets your clothes wet? There are a lot of gratitude-related things that help slow me down, right? Like, when was the last time you realized that you might be sitting or standing or laying down while watching this review? Like, really feel yourself in that moment and be grateful for your ability to be on your phone, watching a review, or on your computer, watching a review. I mean, not everybody is afforded that luxury. When was the last time that you gave appreciation, dedicated appreciation to those things? And so for the rain, Michael really helped challenge my thoughts of the rain. I mean, I don't really think of the rain that often as a beautiful thing. I don't show appreciation to the rain. I haven't danced in the rain in a long time, and neither has Michael, but now he sits out on his porch and he watches the rain, he listens to it, he watches it kind of hit the ground and see how it interacts with the rest of the world. Like, are we that present? No, probably not, but we should be. And so these reflections were amazing. And then each one of these chapters ends with an action item. And so the one for Mother Nature is challenge yourself to spend 5 minutes a day in nature, if possible. Spend these 5 minutes barefoot with your shoes off. Feel the experience as if you are taking deep breaths on the heartbeat of Mother Nature. And I actually got a pair of earthing sandals recently because I read about my connection to the earth and about how if we're walking around on these rubber soles and inside of houses all the time, we kind of lose that connection to nature. And these earthing sandals get you a lot closer. It's a fun little thing that I read about in one of Ben Greenfield's books. But that connection to nature, Mother Nature, is so important, and it's lost on so many of us that live in sort of cement cities, right? And that's the style of how this book is written. There's also a quote at the end of this prompt that I wanted to read as well. It says, quote, "I felt my lungs inflate with the onrush of scenery, air, mountains, trees, people. I thought, this is what it is to be happy." That quote's by Sylvia Plath. There are a good number of these reviews, or a good number of these reflections. I would encourage you to go through all of them. I kind of read through this book a little bit faster than I think I would have liked to, so I'm going to go back and do some of these reflections maybe on a daily or weekly basis. But this book could be a great gift, especially with the holidays coming up, for people who have lost touch with their sense of gratitude and appreciation. Remember, Thanksgiving is an amazing time to celebrate, but we should be celebrating gratitude on a daily basis. That is today's review. Check out the book. I highly recommend it. Comment down below if you've read it and let me know what you think. And if you'd like to comment something you're grateful for, that is absolutely welcomed as well. I hope everybody has an amazing day. Be thankful, be grateful, and I'm appreciative of all of you.